Well, the impact of Sumitomo Tire and Rubber Company abruptly closing in the town of Tonawanda is causing a ripple effect throughout the region, with more than 1,500 workers losing their jobs. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Tonight, we're looking into whether the company violated state law by not providing notice of the closing. And we're hearing from union officials for the very first time since the announcement. 2
News 5's Nate Benson reports tonight.
While the news may have been a surprise to state and local lawmakers, union officials, and certainly most of the workers, it wasn't a complete secret. Multiple sources tell Two on Your Side that the closing plan has been in the works for months, possibly a year. There was growing frustration with productivity and attendance, according to the sources, citing recent changes in state law that mandated employers with more than 100 employees must provide 56 hours of sick leave. Even the president of the United Steelworkers Local 135L highlighted the issue when we spoke to him Friday morning, saying the union worked with the company to establish mandatory overtime when there were attendance issues before the new law went into effect.
They needed help and they needed mandatory overtime. We went into contract early, which most places wouldn't do, to help them get mandatory overtime to help keep the plant going, keep operations going.
But regardless of the reasons, this was a massive blow to the union workforce in Western New York, who didn't find out until they were summoned for a meeting Thursday morning. How did you feel when you were in that meeting and were told they're locking the doors as of now?
It was a gut punch.
And officials are convinced that the plan had been in the works for quite some time.
Our credit union, which was on the property of the plant, they had already found them a new location to be at. So it wasn't Wednesday night decision. They were ready to go.
The issue of notice is a sticking point for the union and elected leaders. When a company is planning on laying off its workforce in New York, they have to file a WARN notice with the Department of Labor. But Sumitomo didn't file the WARN notice with the county and state until after they made the closure announcement.
Is it common for a corporation to put fencing up and shut the doors and then put out the WARN notice?
That's not something that we commonly see.
Amy Hemingway is a labor attorney and partner in charge at Harder, Sechrest & Emery. She says the State Department of Labor will need to determine if the company violated the law by not providing adequate notice.
There can be penalties imposed on a company that doesn't give the required notice. And that can include making sure that employees receive the full 60 days of wages and benefits. And also there's a $500 per day potential civil penalty that can be imposed.
As for the United Steelworkers who lost their job on Thursday, many of them are left wondering,
what's next?
We don't know. The sad part is we don't know.
Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz says the county will work to recapture some of the tax incentives they gave Sumitomo Rubber back in 2017. On Your Side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
Nate, thank you.